So let's examine briefly the dreaded topic of comfort zones and comfort levels. What is a comfort zone? A comfort zone is when you have a series of activities and that in your daily life, your daily routine, uh, your job, your home life, your love life, your relationships, friendships, family, hobbies, but you stay within a certain comfort level. Like you go to the same bar every time you go out, or you go to the same restaurant, you order the same meal or the same dish. You sleep in the same room when well, I was gonna say different side of the bed, but it's like if let's say a room opens up in another part of the house, a bigger somebody you build another room. I don't know why I said that, and you want to stay where you are, even though that's like a master bedroom. You don't want to go. You want to stay right there because you're comfortable there. Your ways are set, or you feel like things are just not working the way they are. It's kind of like you're not seeing the results that you want, no matter how hard you try, but yet you're not comfortable putting yourself out there or reaching or stretching to get something different or something better. You are comfortable with where you are. Now, this is where you have to be careful because you can get comfortable with being comfortable. What does that mean? You're comfortable where you are. You don't want to stretch, you don't want to reach. And you know this, and you've gotten comfortable with being comfortable. But then life is always changing, it's always rotating, it's always spinning. People are going to come at you that you don't know. Situations are going to come at you and arise out of nowhere that you did not expect. Life is going to keep lifing. Strange things are going to happen, unexpected, weird, peculiar. That's not going to change. Bad things and good things will happen. So what do you do? Because now you're in your comfort zone. If something starts to go wrong, like you lose your job, are you just going to sit there and not apply for another one? Because you're afraid now you're only going to fail again? You're going to lose another job? There's inflation. There's too many people applying. It's the government. It's parliament. It's the weather. It's your skill set. It's what they're expecting of you. It's too much work. It's too little work. You're overqualified. You're not qualified enough. How are you going to fight to stay in that comfort zone? Because at some point you start to fight to stay in that comfort level. Your arguments, the arguments in your head would be for the comfort zone, for not expanding or trying or reaching to get out of the few things that you do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Promotion just opened up, but your comfort level is what you do. You show up every day, you take out your notebook, you write something, you type, do some data entry, you make a few phone calls, you talk to Mary, you talk to Paul, you talk to the boss, and you're okay. Friday comes, you go home. Every 2 weeks you get a pay stub, you get a paycheck, whatever you get. That's your comfort zone. A new position has opened up where you might be a little more responsibilities or a different type of responsibility. Oh wow, that's a problem now. You're gonna might have to be away from Mary or Paul, or putting in your little notebook, or entering this particular type of data. It might be something more complicated. It might be something that you don't know, you have to go to school for, you have to take a crash course. How are you going to do all this? It's too much. And then you decide the best thing to do is to stay right where you are. Then when someone else takes the job, you start to feel that, well, I could have had that. We all do that. But when it was open and available, you chose not to apply for it. And you know, had you applied for it, you probably would have been given first preference because you're already in-house. So what do you do with the comfort zones and the comfort level? How is it affecting you in your life right now? Where are you in conjunction with your comfort zones? Are they really keeping you safe? Are they really producing as much as you want? Are you happy to rotate within this level that you've given yourself a ceiling? Is it working for you? Are you making enough money? Are you having the right type of clients? Are you having the right type of friends? Have you met the right person in your life? Are you getting along with your relatives, your family? How are your relationships? Are you willing to try some counseling? Are you willing to try some, if you're getting overweight, are you willing to get up and go to the gym? Or get a Stairmaster where you live, or something like that? Are you willing to leave the comfort zone and try something new? Because we have these patterns that we build, these patterns, and they can become really strong. Tony Robbins calls them rituals. It's all our daily lives. He believes in rituals. When they say rituals, we're not talking about a black magic ritual where you saw in the 70s you're sacrificing goats and women and virgins and stuff. Not that kind of ritual. We're talking about daily rituals. Rituals that does not help. It's just, you just do it. Versus putting in or adding to what you already do a few new rituals that will cause more productivity in your life, cause you to produce more, cause you to feel like, well, you want more. Are you willing to raise your awareness level to where you actually want more, so you give yourself permission to leave the comfort zone, get more? Because it starts with desire as well. You have to have a desire. And comfort zones, unfortunately, keeps our awareness kind of dulled. Keeps it dim. You're just seeing this the usual. And when you do see something that you do want, you've got a million excuses of what could go wrong. Because the patterns, they don't like to be changed. We don't like to change our patterns that easily. We will fight ourselves. Oh boy, will we fight. We will fight and fight and fight and fight. We fight to keep those limitations. Because the comfort zone and whatever belief is attached of why this is so awesome is going to tell us we don't need anything else. That's going to be too much work. That's going to be too much trouble. That's going to be too much hassle. We're going to have to take a few classes. We're going to have to explain that person to my family. Stuff like that. That's how it works. And you're afraid to leave your comfort zone. You're afraid to get out of, of whatever comfort level you're at. And this goes for any area of your life. Like I said, any area. So think about that. How do you break free from comfort levels and comfort zones that you're in right now to get to a higher place, to get to producing more, to having more of an effect in yourself, in your family life, in your community, in the world at large? Are you going to play it small and just succumb to yourself? Because we can suppress. We suppress a lot. Unfortunately, with the comfort zones, it calls for a sort of suppression of desires, ambition, drive, need, wants, hobbies. We suppress a lot. because we fight for these limitations. We fight to stay where we are. We think that, you know, we're safer in this particular zone right here. I don't think so, and neither should you. Because I always say this, and I will say this a lot. What's at the heart of this is the feeling of pain, of hurt, rejection, disappointment. You're afraid to get your feelings hurt. You're afraid to put yourself out there because, ooh, you feel like where your heart used to be is like a big sore, like a big wound. Because you've been disappointed so many times, you've been rejected so many times, you've been hurt so many times, and you don't want it anymore. So you kind of give up. You will stay right here and hide. And I know this because I did it before in the past. I did it before in the past because I felt that kept me safe. But I guess life had other plans for me. So, and I guess I had other plans for me too because I had to agree with it. So, how do you get out from these comfort zones? How do you get out in a sense that, are you going to be motivated by your dreams? Are you going to allow yourself to be a little more aware of what else is out there? Or are you just going to play it small all the time? Now, if you want to play it small, that's okay. That's okay. As long as you're producing enough to get by, and giving the company enough so they don't fire you, and you're comfortable with that, then by all means, do so. But for those of you who have more needs, more wants, you simply want more. You want a bigger house, you want a better car, you want a better circle of friends. You want somebody who excites you in every way to spend your life with. You want to be, introduce more things to your family. You want to be able to go on vacation when you want to. You want to start your own business. You want to be your own boss. This is where you have to challenge yourself. You have to push yourself. But how do you do that? That's easier said than done. How do you challenge yourself? How do you push yourself? This is where EFT comes into play, and it's a great tool to use to break the ice within yourself. It's like you're breaking the ice to conversate with you, to dig into your own depths, to dig into your own inner thoughts, to get a clear idea, for you to get a clear idea how your own mind works. What do you believe? What are you afraid of? Why is this bothering you? Why are you so afraid of this particular thing? Is it attached to a childhood trauma? Is it attached to some failure in the past that you can't seem to let go of? And you're able to identify them, and with identifying them, you're able to let them go because you're understanding, this has happened, yes, but there's a different way. You can get what you want if you're able to just stop being afraid of getting your feelings hurt, or that disappointment, or that rejection. And you start to get to a point where you plateau with the tapping, and instead of being afraid, you start looking forward to. That's the beauty part. That's the part that everyone, all these gurus and all these people who suddenly been mediocre, or not even mediocre, just, struggling. Something like a light switch flicks like that, and they're gone. Because the tipping point has been it's now in the success zone. It's now in a bigger awareness. It's now in an awareness where everything that used to seem impossible or too hard or too much work, you're willing to put in the time. You're willing to put in the energy. You're willing to do what it takes to just reach and get whatever you need to get done. So tapping actually helps. And this video is a little long, so I'm going to create another video again, tapping about comfort zones and comfort levels and how they stagnate us and how they keep us back. And you can follow along. And if you need any one-on-one coaching, You can contact me through my website at clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. That is clearing the clutter. clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. My name is BB, and until then, peace.